All right, so we're going to be looking at triangle congruence and congruent shortcuts. So in our first example, we are given that triangle ZED is congruent to triangle FBU, and we need to complete each of the congruent statements. So what we were told here is that we have Z just putting some color on there to help us so that when we go to do our congruence, we can see by looking at not only the figure when we do our markings, but by what we are told in the congruence statement that we were given here. So first thing we were told that angle Z, what is that congruent to? And we could see that that will be angle F. And so I'm going to mark that over here, Z and F. And then we have the E. Sorry, we want to know what is angle D congruent to. Angle D is right here in green. And so that is going to be angle U. And so I'm going to mark those off here. And then I'm going to be given B, angle B, and that's in blue, and that's going to be congruent to angle E, which we can mark off then. So we have our angles, and then if we look at our sides, we can see that our first one is segment FB, and if you look at FB, FB is up there in pink and then in blue, and so that is going to be congruent to side that is the segment ZE. And so we're going to mark off that FB is congruent to side ZE. If we look at our next one here, segment UF, U is in green, and then F is in pink. And so if we look at the other side, then that would be that is segment DZ. And so UF is congruent to DZ. And then if we look at the last one here, DE is green and then blue. And so that is going to be congruent to segment UB. And so that would be DE, segment DE right here, congruent to segment UB right here. All right, if we look at the next one here, it's going to ask us, are these triangles congruent? So I'm going to look and see how this is named, and it's named triangle CAR. And so it's going to tell me that I'm starting right here, and I could see that it corresponds with that over there. If I move then to A, I'd be moving in this direction. And I could see that if I take and move in this direction, I run into another angle. And so when I look at this, I go from that one angle that I had in blue, and you can see now this angle that I'm marking off in red to this angle here in red, as well as we have this side to this side. And if we keep going, what would happen is that you could see that this side here has the marking for this side, which is correct. And then when we get to this angle has the marking for 3, and so does this. And then our last thing here, that this angle for 3, or this marking for congruency matches up with this one. So yes, angle CAR is congruent to triangle, and that would be OGD because of the order that we went O to G to D. So keep in mind that when we are looking to prove that two triangles are congruent, we have the following ways that we can do that. We can have side, angle, side. We can have side, side, side. We can have angle, side, angle. We can have angle, angle, side. And we can have hypotenuse leg if we have a right triangle. What we cannot have is angle, 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 and we cannot have a side, side angle. Okay, so let's look and determine if these two trials are congruent, and if they are, by which one of these patterns. So let me move this up real fast. And if we look here at our first one, we have a side, and then we have an angle, and then we have a side. So yes, triangle ACD is congruent to triangle BEF. And we want to make sure that if it went from A to C to D, that we needed to go BEF, and that is by side, angle, side. It has a side, and an included angle. Okay. If we look at number 4, we automatically see that we have a side here to a side here. But we are also told that we have this being parallel to this. And so what that would tell us is that we have some alternate interior angles that are congruent, and that may help us. And so if we were to mark those off, we would know that we would have this angle to this angle, and that we would also have that other pair of alternate interior angles, which would be this angle to this angle. Now, at this point, we would have enough information to be able to say that we would have an angle, and a side. Notice that this time the side is not included between the two angles. And so that's our difference between angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. So we would have enough to say that triangle WU2UX is congruent to triangle YUT, and that would be by angle, side, angle. You could also have not, you also could have looked at this as these two angles in here being congruent because of vertical angles. And if you did that, you would end up that yes, that those two triangles are congruent, but your reason would then be angle, angle, side. So if we look at this for the blue here, if you went with vertical angles, you would have a angle, excuse me, you would have an angle, a side, and an angle. All right, if we look at number 5, you could see that we have an angle here, and we have an angle here, and we know that we can use the reflexive property here, and so therefore triangle XUW is going to be congruent to triangle XUV. UY, and that is by angle, side angle. If we look at number 6, we have a angle to an angle, and then we have a side to a side, and a side to a side, but we have to be careful. What we actually have here is side, side, angle, and so therefore that does not show congruence. That's one of our shortcut patterns that not prove triangle congruence, so we do not have any congruence with that set of triangles. If we look at number 7, you could see that we have an angle to an angle, and then we have a side to a side, and then if we use the reflexive property, there we have an angle in between the two of them, and so this is going to be our side angle side, and so therefore triangle NPS would be congruent to triangle RSP. If we look at number 8, we have a side to a side, and we're given an angle to an angle, and then we can use the reflexive property here, and so triangle ECA is congruent to triangle BCA, and that is by side angle side. All right, if we take a look at number 9, we have a angle to an angle, and then we have an angle to an angle, and then we have a side which is not included between the two angles, so this is angle, angle, side. So triangle EAZ is congruent to triangle BDC. If we look at number 10, immediately what we should see is that we are told that the angles here, and we know that one pattern that we are not allowed to have is angle, 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 and so therefore we don't have congruence with these sets of triangles. And then number 11, the last one on this page, we have that we have a side to a side. We have this side to this side, and then we have this side to this side. And so that's going to be our side, side, side. And so triangle PTN would be congruent to triangle SQR.